Hello guys and welcome back to Sadé magazine. I'm Davina, the creative director.
And I'm Sadé, the editor-in-chief.
And we have a lovely interview coming up with the lovely, let's introduce the lovely
Alake Pilgrim, author of Zoe and the Forest of Secrets. Hi!
Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Congratulations on your new novel. Absolutely wonderful. The cover, everything. Nice, right? So we're really excited to know more about yourself and also about how you got about with the novel, how you found it. So got a few questions. So again, congratulations to the launch of Zoe and the Forest of Secrets. And what inspired the idea for this book?
Well, this book was inspired by my son. When he was born, he was actually quite ill. And thankfully, he got better over the first 2 years of his life, unexpectedly and miraculously. But just his resilience and strength as a baby was impressive to me. And I'd always loved fantasy stories and adventures. That's what I read when I was 10 years old and 11, and I still kind of read them now and love them. And so I just thought, why not set an adventure in my home country, Trinidad, that he could enjoy when he's a little older and that reflects children that are like him, really strong, amazing children.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds amazing. I'm so glad that your son's back and healthy. And it must be wonderful having a book, a story about him, which is quite nice, or around like inspired by him. So that's really lovely.
He goes around now saying, Mommy has a book, and carrying the book wherever he goes.
So lovely.
Very
it's
proud.
Really nice, isn't it? You're your number one fan.
Exactly.
So the next question is, when did you realize that language had power, and what was the experience like?
Yeah, I realized that pretty early. I mean, I grew up in a family where we all loved books. My parents talk about reading books to me in the womb. And so I came out and they said that I was a big talker, loved to talk. And I think I just felt like talking and telling stories was a way of being seen in the world and present. You know, when you were telling a story or you were acting something out, everyone was paying attention to you and realizing that you are here and you had something important to say or that they found important as well. And so that for me, it started really, really early, this love affair with words and with books. Also, where I come from in the Caribbean, for those who may not know, we speak in the Caribbean various forms of Creoles, right? Various versions of English that bring in the other languages that are present in the Caribbean. And so from a young age, my parents never discouraged me from speaking Trinidadian Creole. They just said, you know, it's a language. And like any language, you need to know when to use it and how to use it. And so that was really different. You know, some parents maybe discouraged their children from speaking Creole and wanted them only to speak a standard version of English. But my parents just told me, that's your language and you speak them both. And I love that. Yeah.
That's amazing that your parents embrace that as well, because that is part of who you are and where you're brought up. So yeah, that goes on nicely to our next question.
Yeah. What was your favorite spot in Trinidad to visit, and what makes it special to you?
You know, for me, it's a place many Trinis love. It's Las Cuevas Beach. Las Cuevas is one of the beaches on the north coast, on the northwest coast. And yeah, it's just a place we would go as a family. My dad would take us into the water. Mommy would be there on the beach. She'd be coming into the water as well. And it's just beautiful. I know people realize that the Caribbean is beautiful, but it's even beautiful for those of us who live here. And at those moments, the beauty really stood out to me, the beauty of nature, of the sea. I have a love affair with the sea. And then also it was a time to really talk with my dad, you know, and he would ask me these really philosophical questions like, you know, you need to ask yourself, why am I here? You know, what is my purpose? And things like that. And it was a chance to really talk to him on a deeper level, both my mom and my dad.
Yeah, I mean, if you're living in the Caribbean, it's just awesome anyway. Just yeah, because hair's like pretty grim. It looks a
A
bit
little
bright.
darker.
London weather, hey.
Oh gosh, come visit, come visit.
Yeah. So my family's Jamaican.
Ah,
My husband's
yep.
family is from Nigeria. So
Yes.
Sandy's got a nice mix. But I've been to Jamaica a few times, and the Caribbean in general, the sea, the
Nothing
people,
like England.
nothing. You know, this is our hometown, but yeah, it's just beautiful. And he said crystal waters and all the fruit.
Everything's fresh.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a really interesting place. You're right. It's so connected, like connected to England, connected to Nigeria, connected to India, but also, yeah, really, it can be a mix of so many things, but definitely the beauty and the magic are still there.
Yeah.
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 And the next question is, what is the last book you read and what are you reading next?
Well, the last book I read is actually another middle grade fantasy adventure, but it's set in Barbados. It's called Josephine Against the Sea. Josephine Against the Sea. It's by Shakira Bourne.
Yeah.
She's a really good friend of mine from Barbados and just wrote a spooky, exciting adventure that I read it in one sitting. I got it on as an ebook and just read it overnight. And then the next book I'm reading is When We Were Birds by Ayana Lloyd Banwo. This book is out now, and I mean, it's an adult book, but I would recommend every older reader who can get their hands on it, grab it. It's great. Set in Trinidad.
Nice. Oh, that's really lovely. We're so excited for you, and also this book is beautiful.
The storyline.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Really nice. And the graphics as well, really lovely.
Oh my gosh, Tasia, Graham, and Masai from Nights Of, the publishers, did such an amazing job on that cover. I love it. I really, really love it. And I hope you enjoy this story too. I really wrote this story for girls like you. Thank you. For like the little girl inside of me. So I hope you love it.
Oh, so that was a really quick session and we really enjoyed that interview. Thank you so much for watching. Do stay tuned because we have quite a few interviews coming up this month. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also the like if you like it. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.